Hey everybody, it's Matt from You and Your Horror Movies, and welcome to my channel, guys. I am going to be doing an A to Z horror recommendation for you. Some obscure films, some not so obscure, but ones that you should definitely check out if you haven't seen them already. So again, there are going to be no numbers. It's strictly A through Z. We're out the bat with A, what's called All Eyes. All Eyes is about this podcaster who is almost going to get fired. He needs something big, something hot. Well, he gets a voicemail from this farmer saying he's got monsters in his backyard. He was skeptical at first, but he decides to go check it out. And pretty much, this guy has booby trapped his whole house and his whole area because this guy's afraid of the monster. Is it a real monster? Or does this guy have to survive all these freaking booby traps? It's insane. I definitely recommend it. Definitely check it out. All Eyes. You could probably still find this on Amazon. Yeah. If you like creature features, if you like paranormal and all that shit, definitely check it out. B is for Blades. Jaws ripoff. Killer lawnmower on a golf course. This is put out by Troma, of course. This is a Vinegar Syndrome release. Fantastic. Love this movie. Can't say anything much about Blades, but come on. A killer lawnmower on a golf course. C. C is for Conduit. Conduit's a pretty cool cosmic horror film. It's an indie film where this guy was experimented on. He can now, when he falls asleep, he opens up portals to another dimension. Depending on how long he falls asleep, depending on how size the portal is, and what comes out. And usually what comes out is something monstrous. And now he's battling sleep deprivation because he knows if he sleeps longer, something big is going to come out because people are dying too. So he's got to figure out what the fuck to do. My other gripe with this movie, it's too short. I wanted it longer. But still a good time. I feel like practical effects and everything, it's pretty neat. D. D is for Dead Room. Put up by IFC Midnight and Scream Factory. About a couple ghost hunters and a psychic. They're trying to debunk, haunted houses and everything. They come across this farmer who says his house is haunted. So they figured, all right, let's go check it out. Yeah, shit's real. They figure out that there's demonic possessions involved. These ghosts are tormenting them and everything. Pretty neat little film. Again, this is put up by IFC and Scream Factory, so you could probably find this one hopefully pretty cheap. If you like those type of movies, definitely check out The Dead Room. E. E is for Evolution. This is a fun little sci-fi horror comedy. Pretty much David Duchovny is a college professor, and he finds out this meteor hit the Earth. They're going through a cavern system, and this meteor is causing its own ecosystem where these creatures are evolving. And pretty much they're getting used to our air, so they can start living in our world, and they're getting bigger, and they're getting meaner. And of course, the government comes in and fucks everything up. So yeah, it's pretty cool, fun film. I highly recommend it. I guess there's a cartoon which I need to check out. If anybody knows about the cartoon, let me know. But Evolution, good time. F. F is for From Hell It Came. Gotta go in the 1950s with this gentleman who was I think a prince. He gets murdered by the group's witch doctor or whatnot. He is now resurrected as this monster tree creature with a dagger in its heart. Right now, he gets revenge on those who murdered him, and now the Americans who come to the island to explore, he is now going after them as well. Again, giant rubber suit creature. It's very stiff. It looks goofy as hell, but these are the fun movies. They took place back in the 1950s. You do what you had. But from what Hell It Came, gotta love your tree monster, guys, right? Yeah, definitely. G. G is for Gouldy Creek. Gouldy Creek is about a bunch of friends going to a horror convention. So they stop off at a Gold Creek tourist trap, pretty much, because they want to mine some gold. Well, they come to find out the land is haunted or possessed or whatnot. The gold is there. The gold is possessed. Whoever finds it starts turning themselves into something a little more evil. They start turning on each other. They find out about the past and what happened at this creek and everything. And it's pretty much a fight for survival. It's an indie film put out by Plan 10 Pictures. Fun movie. I recommend it. It's a cool indie film. Low budget. H. H is for Harbinger Down. This is a cool flick based on the guys who did the special effects for John Carpenter's The Thing, made this one. So it's pretty much The Thing on a boat. Lance Henriksen is the boat captain. Him and some crew are they're fishings, but they also have a college professor and some students working on looking for whales. What they end up finding is a Russian capsule with an astronaut involved, and he's got a disease, and this disease starts mutating. What it was not really a disease, but these water bears, these parasites, microorganisms that can survive anything. They start to mutate and they start taking over the ship. Awesome. If you like the movie The Thing, I think you'll have a great time with Harbinger down. All practical except for one scene. They had to use CGI, but it is what it is. All right, I is for It Came from the Desert. Some cool giant killer ant movies. This is based on an 80s video game. I'm not very familiar with the game, but I gotta track it down. Looked interesting. So pretty much, government facility, ants get involved, they grow big, they start attacking a town, fight for survival against giant bugs. So this fits great in the giant bug genre, kind of like, them, Empire of the Ants and everything. This fits great in that scenario. Some CGI looking bugs, but it works for what it is. So I highly recommend it. I think this was put out by Raven Banner through Canada, so you can get that pretty cheap to them. Definitely recommend it if you like your killer bug movies. All right, J. J is for Jugface. This is a cool film. What's the? Oh my God, I used to know the term. Yeah, it is. Rednecks. Not really rednecks. Hillbillies. I don't know. They have their own little commune, and they worship a hole. There's supposedly something in this hole, and they have to do a human sacrifice. And what it was is a gentleman who gets possessed forms a clay mug with a face on it. Whoever that face resembles is the sacrificial lamb, pretty much. So pretty much this girl's selected, and she does not want to be sacrificed. She hides everything, and all of a sudden now whatever's in the hole starts killing people, and she pretty much has to figure out how to fix this because she's next on the chopping block for the town, because they realize we gotta worship our hole and worship whatever's in the hole. So yeah, it's pretty neat. It's got like a lot of folk horror to it. If you want, yeah, it's pretty much a folk horror. It's a new one, so definitely recommend checking out Jugface. If you can find a copy, pick it up. K is for Knuckle Bones. This is a horror pack exclusive. You can probably find these pretty cheap on eBay, but don't wait too long because I know some of these will start going up in price. Knuckle Bones is about a bunch of friends who end up going into a World War II bunker or a building or some sort of, forgot what. They find a weird dice game. Let's play it, right? What could worse can happen? Well, they end up summoning this Knuckle Bones demon creature and starts picking them off one at a time. Now, all they have to do is they have to survive the game by playing the game. And if they don't finish the game, Knuckle Bones is going to be on their case. And of course, he is. And yeah, it's practically done. The demon creature looks pretty neat. So this is not going to be for everybody, but I had a good time with it. So definitely recommend checking out Knuckle Bones for K. L is for The Lost Treasure of the Grand Canyon. This is a Sci-Fi Channel movie. Again, this is not going to be for everyone. This is one of those turn your brain off type movies. Pretty much, some explorers looking for gold. They find this pyramid, and there's a ark inside, and it's got a guardian. The guardian is this weird demon dog thing. It's CGI, yeah, whatever. But it doesn't bother me. I like that kind of shit. I can turn my brain off and watch these fun movies. So pretty much fight for survival against this giant creature. So yeah, if you like those type of movies, if you like Sci-Fi Channel movies, The Lost Treasure of the Grand Canyon, you can probably find that pretty cheap. Definitely check it out. M is for The Millennium Bug. Now, I did not pick all creature features, so I try not to, but it's my collection. Millennium Bug is really neat. It's pretty much like The Hills Have Eyes meets Wrong Turn meets a giant bug monster. So pretty much this family goes into the woods to escape the whole Y2K issue. They think, when 2000 hits, all the electronics are going to shut down and everything. So they figured, we're going to be safe in the woods. Well, they actually get attacked by this weird family in the woods, and of course, fight for survival. But at the same time, this bug monster is up from its depths of slumber. It comes up like every once a millennium. Well, now's its time, and it needs to feed. And of course, it starts picking on the family and on the crazy rednecks, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, they have to team up to fight a giant bug monster. Cool, practically effects done. The monster looked really cool looking. Highly recommend, if you can find a copy, definitely pick up the Millennium Bug. You have a good time. And we're going with Night Beast. Don Dohler's alien crashed the Earth to go up against a small town. Look at that thing. Yeah, it's practically well done. Pretty much man against alien invasion, pretty much. Lasers are flying everywhere and all that shit. Good time. So I definitely recommend checking out Night Beast. I'm not going to get too much involved because I don't want to ruin much of it. Oh, O is for Overtime, starring Al Snow. Al Snow is pretty much a hired body hunter type deal. They work for the government, where they go after those who avoid the judicial system, pretty much. So if someone gets away with murder, or those who are gangsters that get away with everything, they're hired to track down and kill these people, and they get their bounty. That's how they get paid. Well, he's going through some family trouble because his son's birthday's coming up, and he's pretty much fucked up. He's got to figure out what to do. So he picks up one last case to go after the scientist, and pretty much get a clown for the party and get a cake. So the scientist is actually working on alien DNA and causes zombies and causes weird aliens and shit. So Al Snow and his buddy had to go through this tower to capture the scientist, fight off alien monsters, and get the cake. It's cheesy. It's fun. I found it by accident. You can still get this on eBay or Amazon, whatever. Fun time. Al Snow did a good job. It's a fun, cool buddy cop type movie. P is for The Psychic Killer. Psychic Killer is a 70s film where a gentleman, his mom gets killed and he's to blame. Well, really, he is put in jail for that. He gets out. But in jail, he learns a cool ability from one of his cellmates of astral projection. So he uses that astral projection to get revenge on those who killed his mom, like the doctor involved. There was some other people involved. So these people are all dying in weird ways. When the cops go to investigate, they see him just sitting in a chair sleeping. There's no issue. Why are all these other people tied to him dying in weird, crazy ways? Fun movie. If you like Final Destination type style, I think you'll have a good time with this one. So yeah, Psychic Killer, pretty cool flick. Q. Q was a hard one, but I found a movie that I don't think a lot of people have ever talked about. And this is by Christopher R. Mim. He does a lot of movies that were like 50s. He kind of redoes them into nowadays. So like homage to movies. This one's called The Queen of Snakes. This is the one kind of like a homage to like the Reptile Woman, Wasp Woman, and all those type of movies. Where this paraplegic, doesn't like her daughter's husband. She doesn't trust everything. What was it, a boyfriend? Well, anyway, she's given this medallion, and when she wears it, she's now transformed into this snake woman. She can walk, she can move around, and she kills. And she, of course, kills after certain people, for sure. So again, cool homage to those type of movies, and all practically done. It's all low budget. It's shot in black and white, so it feels like it's from the 50s, but it's not. It's a newer one. So yeah, if you ever want to check out these movies, let me know. I could put a comment and link to his catalog. A lot of cool shit. Okay, R. R is for The Roost. This is a Ty West film. This is, I think, one of his first films. Pretty much a bunch of friends going to a Halloween wedding. The car breaks down. They're on this bridge with a weird farm. Well, there's these ravens or whatnot. One day they have there were bats. Sorry. They were bats. These bats infect you and they turn you into pretty much zombies. So now they have to fight off bats and zombies. It's really well done. I had this on DVD and everything. When they released this on Blu-ray, I had to snag a copy. If you're a fan of Ty West, I think you'll enjoy The Roost. Very underrated. S. S is for The Shaft. This is not a porno, and this is not the 70s movie there. This one is about a killer elevator. This is actually a remake. Dick Moss remade his own movie. He had the one called The Lift. This one is now called The Shaft, starring Naomi Watts in it, where pretty much the government's working with chips and dolphin DNA and all that shit to put on torpedoes to sink ships. Well, one crazy scientist takes human DNA with the chips and puts it into an elevator shaft to make this elevators kind of like smarter. Well, it starts killing people. So again, it's a weird remake of his own movie. So he remade his own movie. I enjoyed it. This goes by another title called Down. It's just reverse cover art. I liked it as The Shaft because I had it on DVD called The Shaft. So I'm sticking to it. T. T is for Tarot. This is a new film. Came out, I think, last year. We saw it in the theater, my wife and I. Really enjoyed it. And we decided to revisit it. Still a fun watch. Would love to see the tarot creatures be like action figures. Like, cool characters, the different deals. I think that would be really neat. But anyway, Tarot's about a bunch of friends who rented a mansion. And they decided to go down to the basement to look for alcohol. And they end up finding an antique tarot deck. They decided, let's have our tarots read. Well, when the readings were done, like the next day, one person is actually killed by her tarot reading. And now starts to progress. So pretty much they have to figure out why this deck is cursed and why they're cursed and how to survive this cursed tarot deck, pretty much. Like McFarlane would have been awesome to make these tarot creatures into figures. I would love that. And I would hope they do a prequel because it definitely opens up for a prequel. But again, I enjoyed it. Not a lot of people did like that movie, but I sure did. KU is Up from the Depths. This is a Roger Corman shark film. It's weird. It's cheesy. The fish looks really weird. It doesn't really look like a shark much. It's kind of like a shark / catfish type thing. Some prehistoric shark, supposedly, attacking people in this resort. And it starts off kind of serious. And part of it starts acting weird, like a comedy, where they're all going to hunt the fish. They're all running into their different type of boats, and they have spears and fishing poles and paddles and all this weird shit. Like, what's going on? It's like a big mixture. But again, it's a fun killer shark movie. So if you like those type of weird shark films, Up from the Depths. This is put out by Scream Factory, and I know they've been releasing these internet exclusive ones to get easier picked up, so you could probably find a copy. So yeah, Up from the Depths. V as in Venom. This is a cool slasher. This is about a bunch of friends in the South. They end up killing a gas attendant a tow truck driver by accident. Well, with some voodoo and everything, he is brought back to life, and he's this weird, shadowy character who starts picking off this group of friends one by one because he's getting revenge from his death. Really neat slasher. Very underrated. People really haven't had to check this one out. Should check out Venom. Some cool kills and everything. And if you like that weird kind of backwoods shit, yeah, I think you have a good time. W is for The Wicker Tree, a quote-unquote sequel to The Wicker Man, about a couple from Texas going over to Scotland to, promote Christianity and everything. Well, things don't go too well for the couple because this group is into some other shit. And there is human sacrifice, there is lust, there's a bunch of weird shit happening. Yeah, if you like The Wicker Man, I think you might enjoy The Wicker Tree. We definitely enjoyed it. We had a good time watching it. It's got a little bit of a weird musical vibe to it, but it's not a musical. But The Wicker Tree, pretty cool, quote-unquote sequel to The Wicker Man. X is for X-Cross. This is a weird Tokyo Shock Blu-ray about this woman going through a hard time with her loss of her boyfriend. I think they broke up. She goes to the woods, this hot springs, to relax with her friend, and they meet the locals. Only problem is, these locals are fucking nuts. They're there to cut people's legs off. That's right. They're a weird cult that likes to cut legs off. There's even a weird person with a giant, huge pair of scissors going around cutting people in half. Yeah. So if you like that weird Asian, crazy Asian shit, X Cross is a definitely must own and a must watch for sure. And if you like Tokyo Shock, that's a Tokyo Shock film. Why? Why is in Yule Log? This is another weird, like Christmas holiday weird movie. It's a mixture of a slasher and a killer log movie. That's right. We have a killer log movie where this log is forged from the fires of hell, and when it's caught on fire, it comes to life and starts killing people. At the same time, this bunch of people come to this cabin to relax and have a good time, like propose and all that shit. Well, there's a guy hiding in the house who wants to pick them off one at a time too. Yeah, so now this family, not this family, the friends have to fight off a killer and a killer log. Yeah, supposedly there's a sequel that's out, not a physical release yet, but again, this is Adult Swim. What do you expect? And finally, Z. Z is in zombievers. Yes, killer zombified beavers. Pretty much they're infected with toxic waste that turns them into these zombified beavers. Bunch of friends are out camping in the woods, partying, swimming in the lake, and they're getting attacked by zombified beavers. The issue is too, if you get bit by one of these beavers and you survive, you get turned into a zombie, but with beaver appendages. Hence the long teeth, the flat tail. Yeah, so you become a human zombiever beaver. There's even like a bear that turns into a zombie beaver. It's hysterical. Fun horror comedy. It's got some good blood and guts to it. Loved it ever since. So this was a must own. So if you've never seen this movie, highly recommend tracking down a copy for sure. So again, that's it, guys, from my A to Z for horror recommendations. Let me know in the comments down below. If you stuck through the whole entire thing, thank you again for watching. Sorry I kind of had to go fast because this is my third time recording. I keep saying my phone keeps running out of room. So hopefully I'm good to go. Again, if you haven't, please like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on these movies. Have you seen them? Have you haven't? Or you want to track down a copy? Let me know. Stay tuned, guys. We've got some more shit coming on along the way. Peace.